So there's different advantages to how you do that, and there's different methods for it. Thanks, I'm glad you think it's clean. It still needs some work though, and we've been working at it for a while. I was using SF, and that's actually the backup typeface I'm using in here. So this is actually wrong. I'm not using the sans serif for right now because I want to try the new one. It's Acumen for the typeface, but yeah, it has the backup of the system font, which on my target audience would probably be a Mac for the most part. Rolls nicer off the tongue like that too. Oh, with this one? I didn't even think. I guess we could try it. I haven't tried it yet, but that's kind of what I was thinking about. Most of the changes that I have listed there, I usually just think about, and then I don't actually try them because I want to obviously do it on stream with you guys. I think like 90% of this site I've streamed, which is kind of crazy if you think about it. And I think we've been doing this for like a month or so, if I'm correct. So it's pretty crazy. I find myself using Calibre, Circular, and Avenir next. Yeah, I really like Avenir next and Circular. Calibre sounds familiar. I don't remember which one it is off the top of my head. Circular is a little bit overused in my opinion, and I don't really like Avenir as a web font for some reason. I really like it in branding, but as a web font, I'm not really a big fan, to be honest. Okay. Yeah, so that looks a bit better, and I don't come off as like saying I'm a developer. We're gonna want this probably to be smaller when it's on mobile. So let's try an F2 on mobile. Yeah, that looks way better. Cool. Okay, well, that was easy. Can you stop doing that, please? My dog's trying to get her toy. Okay, so got that. I want to update the blog post to the latest one. Calibre is really similar to SF, really? Again, it sounds familiar. I just don't remember what it looks like. Oh yeah. Yeah, I've seen this used a bunch. Okay. Yeah, so it's pretty similar to SF. One of the main things is that A. I like that though. Yeah, and on the G and stuff, and the B. Okay, so it kind of looks like a mix between Proxima Nova and San Francisco. That's pretty cool. I really like that. So we want to put the latest blogs here. How old is that one? I'm thinking about maybe holding off on updating the blogs actually, because I'm not sure which week we're actually going to launch this. Yeah, so I'm only 3 behind, and plus only 3 can fit here. We might put 4 actually, since it would balance out this. But yeah, we can do that. It wouldn't take too long. Another thing I really need to do that I'm probably going to do on my own because it's going to be a little bit boring, is I need to refactor the project structure here. But again, that's going to be really boring to watch, so I may just do that over the weekend. That's my dog growling. When do you think I should post that debut Is there a better time than another to do it? Yeah, I would do. I don't think today. Well, so it's weird. Dribble has this thing where over the weekends they let posts be on the popular page longer than usual, which doesn't make much sense to me. So I'd say either posting it like a Friday night, if you want it to be up there longer, but if you want to get like a shorter but probably a better exposure, I would post it on like a Tuesday at around like 9:30 or 10 my time, which is Central Time. So if you just adjust for that, that's what I found to be a great time. But I don't know. That's just my suggestion. Oop, I didn't copy this. I'll just write it. For Tuesdays AM. And then for if you're gonna post it on a Friday, I'd say post it at night, like around 9 p.m. Yeah, that's what I do. That's why I post either around 9 because then you're still getting like late Europe, and you're also getting a lot of the US, which is the time that they're like getting into work and checking on that stuff. Have I ever made my own typeface? Yeah, I made one. I made a really horrible one a while back. I was actually a couple months ago. I did a custom, like a lot of custom type stuff for a branding project, and I was actually thinking about making it into a font, but I just didn't have the time to do it. But it's the Woodwell stuff. Like I had some different versions. There's like a sans serif and also a serif, and then I was able to do different weights pretty easily and build those letters pretty easily. So I was thinking about doing it, but I didn't. And then my older fonts are just god awful. It was when I was like first starting out. They're like awful kerning, like really ugly, not very useful. So I'll probably never show those ever again. But yeah, I've thought about it. I just don't have the time really, and I don't think I'm good enough, to be honest. Like that's not my specialty. Yeah, shots stay on the popular page longer. They've actually admitted to that, so it's like a proven thing. Yeah. Yeah, probably to compensate that there's less people. That would make sense. Um, okay, so we got those. It's done. I don't know why this is in here. Refactor project structure. Again, I'll probably do that on my own. And then another thing I wanted to have was a news page. I'm not too sure about that because one, it would be kind of a pain to post to it often because I would have to update the code. It's not like there's a CMS that I can just post to or something. And what would I put? Like there could be minor updates. It's just I don't see myself having major updates. Maybe like when I start on a new project on Quarry, or when I push up a new thing for Quarry. That could actually be cool and probably good for like potential employers to see like how often I work on stuff. The only issue there is like upkeeping it would be a pain. But it could be cool to do like a calendar or something. Like to code a calendar and then do that. But I'm not sure. What do you guys think? I'm not sure if that's really necessary. Hey Aaron, welcome to the stream. It's awesome having you here, even though I'm about to talk to you after this. Yeah, the new display is awesome. I love it so much. It's kind of weird because I'm not looking directly at the camera, but it really helps with my work, and I can be watching like my recording stuff at the same time, and you guys don't have to see it, and we can also have the chat up at the same time, which we couldn't have that before. Control brightness right from the OS. Yeah, that's one thing that's awesome, because I used to have to like press a button on my other one, but now we just have it for that. But yeah, I'm not sure if we should do that news page or not. It's just another thing to upkeep. Trying to think. Let's see. Trying to think if there's anybody else that has something like that. Not that I can think of. Oh, the routing example. I was literally just talking about how I can't use my native blog just yet because of the problems I'm having with the routing stuff. Yeah, I keep a pretty big collection of, like, I have marketing sites, and then I have company sites, personal sites, and then before I started to organize them, I just literally have a sites one, and this one is just massive. But yeah, I try and keep track of all this stuff. Whoops. Man, I thought this stuff was gonna take longer. So I don't know about the news page. The more I think about it, the more it's just gonna be something to upkeep, because we already have it on my blog. Unless I take it out of that and just use it on that, but that doesn't really save much time, to be honest. I don't know. Guess we could do a contact page, but then you have the contact up here. What other pages do people have? I'm just blanking. This is what sucks about building stuff for yourself, is you have to come up with the content too. Yeah, I could share it. I think you can just export them from here. At some point I'll try and do that, I promise. Yeah, that Rocket League project was awesome. I love that game, and just seeing that app was so cool. It sucks that it didn't get as much traction and stuff as it should have, but I guess the market for that, for like UI stuff in Rocket League isn't that much, because it's more so like, I don't know, it's not like a big, it's not like a huge game or anything, unfortunately. Stop doing that. Kind of want to do an illustration instead for tonight. What do you guys think? Because I'm alright. I mean, there's literally nothing I can do while I'm, like, there's nothing else for me to do instead of like refactoring the project structure, which would be boring, and writing copy, which I can't do right now. I need that to be in the morning. Can't concentrate right now on that stuff. And plus that would be boring too. Or we could also do some concept stuff. I've been thinking about doing that stuff too. Oh, really? That's awesome, Guado Mexican. Okay, we can do an illustration. What kind of stuff do you guys want to see? Because I have no ideas. I have 0 ideas. I did not prepare for this, so you gotta let me know what you guys want to see. We could do a Breath of the Wild one, but I'm not great at drawing people. And I feel like drawing Zelda would be like the biggest thing. We could do the cover for my new song, because I haven't done that yet. And it is based on Zelda. It's going to be a Zelda song. It's all sampled from Zelda and stuff. What else? I've been wanting to do a lot of video game illustration, I know that. So that would kind of be on the top of my list. We could do Pokemon, but I don't know. I feel like most Pokemon stuff is more organic, and my style is more geometric. Let's see. I mean, do people do geometric Pokemon? Probably. Yeah, the stuff that Moody did, or Muddy, I don't know how to say it. But yeah, this stuff is crazy good. Try people. We could try people. I'm down to try people. We could try Zelda. Well, Link more specifically. Or we could do the song cover. So, which one do you guys want to see? I'm down for either one of those. Because I would do Pokemon, but I know it's going to suck. And I'm not going to like it. Let me open up Illustrator while we're waiting. Actually, we're gonna need Photoshop if we do the song cover. So I think the Zelda one would be more fun, but the cover would be more productive, because then I'm getting that out of the way and I don't have to do it next week or over the weekend. I mean, we can just do the cover. I think that would be best, because it is Zelda, and I haven't prepared for it at all, so it would be kind of cool to see my how I can do my process for that, because I haven't prepared for it at all, and you guys can see how I get inspiration and stuff. So I think that might actually be the smarter idea. So what I like to do is I have this layout board that I use a lot. I also like to go to Pinterest and do like album covers. It's usually more famous album covers, but you can get some good ideas here. Let's actually look up some Zelda art too. I love the art style of this game. So good. I think using this color palette could be nice. I love the colors in this art. This one specifically with the pink and the blues and stuff. Yeah, they should do Twitch polls. Sketch. Oh yeah, I forgot that you draw. I know you said that you don't want to show them, but that's pretty cool. Is that from Zelda? I didn't play any of the other Zelda games, unfortunately. Well, a big thing in Zelda is the rupees. Rupees, hearts, fairies, stamina containers as well. Big thing is also the guardians, and the designs of the guardians are pretty sweet. Let's see. Yeah, you know what else could be cool? So the song samples this one part of the game. It samples the theme song of the stables that are in the game. So maybe using that imagery there. I really like. Can I not save this? I really like if I for example, like the Childish Gambino song I've done, I use the artwork from that song, and I did like a bunch of alterations to it and whatnot. So that might be cool to do with the stables. Maybe we could find a cool image of one of them or something. No. Only thing that sucks is there's going to be a HUD on probably all of these. Yeah, people are very difficult to draw. I mean, at least you can draw, though. I suck at drawing. It's something that I've been trying to get better at, though. I have no idea what just fell. But yeah, it's been something I want to get better at, but I just haven't been able to. Actually, we don't want Illustrator. We want Photoshop. Never share my drawings on Twitter. Yeah, I mean that's kind of how I am with my drawing. I mean, you've probably been doing it way longer than I have, but well, actually, a good example is Pokemon. Like, I'm really, really, really into Pokemon, and like I play the games all the time. I collect like the cards and stuff like that, but I never really post that stuff on Instagram. I posted it for like the first time a couple days ago. I mean, there wasn't like negative feedback about it, but it just feels weird sharing that kind of stuff. I don't know why. So let's see what's on Pinterest. Yeah, I feel the exact same way. Because people don't really follow you or I for that kind of stuff. It's for our design stuff, so yeah, I understand where you're coming from. This is probably a better quality one. No, I think that's normal. I feel the same way. I mean, we probably are overthinking it, and people probably wouldn't care that much, but I don't know. It's still, I think it's like acceptable to feel that way. Like, it's just self-consciousness, which is normal, obviously. Have I thought about writing my own book? Yeah, I've thought about writing some ebooks. One of them I really want to do at some point is illustrating for people that can't draw, because I can't draw really, and I've never really been that great at drawing. But like, I'm an illustrator. I still consider myself an illustrator, and there's a lot of things that I do that, you know, I do without being like a quote unquote artist. Like, I can't draw again, but a lot of the stuff I can do is still considered illustrations, and I've learned a lot of that. And like, I feel like a lot of people get intimidated about illustration work if they can't draw, but I think there's some value in learning that stuff and then still being able to be an illustrator without knowing how to draw. So that's something that I've been thinking about for a while, but again, it just comes down to having time to do it. And time is usually the thing I never have, because I'm always trying to work on something else. I always have something else going on, or some other projects that are more important. So I'd really like that, but it also feels kind of weird. Like, I always give so much information away for free that it feels kind of weird charging people for that kind of stuff. Like, I feel like in a way I should give it away for free, but I also feel like that's a lot of work that I put into learning that, and then also going ahead and writing a book about it is a lot of work. So I don't know. I mean, it would be cool, and I definitely think there would be a market for the thing that I want to write about. But I just don't really have the time right now. Especially because I'm thinking about starting on like 2 new projects with some people. So those things are my priority right now. But we'll see. Yeah, I've been trying out on my iPad and my, like, as a tablet, and using it with Photoshop, and that's been kind of fun. But I've also wanted to learn, I've been trying to learn with pencil as well. The main thing for me is like, I mean, I guess for obviously most people, is like getting the figure right, like the shaping and the proportions right. The shape and the proportions are like the biggest thing that are very difficult. Um, So it's kind of hard to do that stuff, but I could see where the appeal comes in for that. But I really like how you can like erase and like go back on digital, and it's a little bit more difficult to do that when you're using a pen and pencil. So when I do these, I just try out different things. It takes me a little bit longer than most stuff, just because they're so different from what I usually do. And it's more like an expressive kind of thing rather than a composition. So these take me a little bit longer usually. Oh, that's cool. More like photography based stuff. Ooh, that's awesome. Yeah, that's pretty sweet. Um, that could actually be cool. That kind of gave me an idea, actually. Let's see. Might not work, but Yeah, Cintiqs are way too expensive. That's why I'm glad I got an iPad, because with AstroPad you can use it as like a tablet. Like, it's probably not as good as a Cintiq, but I mean, it's pretty good to me. Yeah, I'm in the same boat, Vectrix. If I was like a professional illustrator or something, I would. But I definitely don't make enough money in illustration to consider that. Especially not that kind of, I don't even do those kind of drawings for a living. So I want to draw a rupee. Oops. Okay, so that would be like this. And then let's just do like a light gray, take off the outline, and then, oh my god, freaking snapped pixel, of course. And then we want to add this and this. Let's bring that down. Oh god. Yeah, this isn't gonna work exactly. Well, maybe if we don't use the grid, we could. Yeah, that should work fine. I think I've seen your site. I liked it from what I remember. I mean, I don't think you really need a new website. I don't think I even like needed a new one, but I just wanted to make it, so I don't know, it's kind of up to you if you think it's worth the time to do it. If you don't have anything else to do, it's a lot of fun to do though. So it kind of depends on you and how much time you have, to be honest. Let's do one. Unless you changed your site. Well, no, you said it was 2 years. Yeah, this is the one I'm talking about. I like it. I'd say just if you need to add more work or something, but in terms of the design, I like it. Oh, I kind of like this. I think this could work. I really like that. And just having it minimal, like in the middle like that. I think we should do one with more contrast. I think that'll help a little bit. So we want this one to be almost white. Let's make this one like almost black. And then a little bit more on this. Actually, a little bit more than that. And then this one, let's use that. Maybe this one even darker. I just want some more contrast on it when we're adding the photo on top of it. Let's see how this one looks. Well, let's bring these a little bit closer to this. All right, let's try this. I think this one's a little too light. Okay. So is everybody else working on stuff, or what are you guys doing? Most people usually work on stuff while they watch my streams, I've found. I think a blur would be nice on here. Watching you drinking tea. Oh man, I wish I had some tea. Okay, I really like that soft blur that we're getting from that. I don't really like how light it is though. What about this? It's a little bit better. Pixel sorting? What's that? Never heard of that. Let's see. Outer glow. And then what if we did like a pink? Oh, that's a giant outer glow. Size. Oh god. This looks so bad. I want it to be super light. Yeah, I'll go without, and then might go to bed in a second though. Isn't it late where you are, Vectrix? I always forget where it is that you're at. Pixel sorting. Whoa. That's pretty cool. It's so weird though on a person's face. Looks like they're melting. Hey, that's ironic. This one that you showed me, it's like a same pattern that I used for on one of mine. Oh, and he did Taku. That's awesome. I did not know that. This is cool. I'm gonna save this one. This guy has some really good work. Man, I wish I could just design album covers all day. I'm not a fan of putting type on, what's it called? On artwork, on my artwork at least. 4:33 a.m. Why are you up? NCS or Monster Cat? I'm not sure, it's just a mix. I'll just link it if you want. Why are you up so late, dude? And that's crazy that Vetrix, that you watch me like almost every single day, and you're on like the in pretty far away, and then the time zones are awful, and you still take the time to watch me. That's awesome. Kind of like it without that. You sleep during the day. Don't you have what's it called? Don't you work full time, or are you still in school? I forget. Well, actually, I don't think I've ever learned that. I was never sure if you worked full time or if you go to school or whatnot. It'd be cool to put link here, but I feel like that's really obvious. Maybe it's the blur. Yeah. Yeah. Looks way too obvious. You woke up just to watch this? Aw, dude, you're awesome. I appreciate it. Yeah, it was weird the past 2 nights, because there was like 2 people here, and there were people that had never been in the stream, which was awesome, but it was weird. Like, most of the time I didn't really have anybody that was saying anything, which is not a huge deal, but it kind of sucks as a streamer when you don't have people talking in your chat, because then it's kind of boring to just, or at least it feels like it's boring for me to just be sitting there working on stuff. But yeah. Not in school, not working anywhere, just freelancing when I have client work. Haven't had any since January though. So how do you support yourself then? Do you just have like a bunch of money saved up or something? I can't do the stress of freelance. I feel way better having like a steady job personally. I want this. No, you're good, Vetrix. I was just saying, like, obviously, there's no way people can be here every single time. You guys have lives too, and especially you if it's always that late there. Like, I appreciate when you come out. It's awesome that when you do, so I appreciate that. But yeah, don't think I'm trying to like make you feel guilty or something. Not at all. If anything, I'm grateful that you come to the stream. Oh. How come you don't work full-time somewhere then, man? That's cool that you have your mom, but yeah, that kind of sucks that you can't live on your own then. But I mean, you have awesome work. I don't see why you couldn't work full-time somewhere. I know you've talked about like kind of how picky you are about places, which is understandable, but I'm sure you could find some place. not really satisfied with the salaries here in Estonia. Huh, that's weird. I'm sure you can work remote, dude. I mean, I'm not sure what companies you were looking at, but like for my job, if I wanted to move and work in Estonia, I'm sure I could. The only thing is the time zones, but well, some companies will let you if you're like at least on their time zones for a few hours, it should be fine. Yeah, if you find a startup and work remote, or yeah, like Vetrix is saying, just work there for a little bit and then move on to remote. I'm sure you can find something, man. I think it's just more of like you just gotta put in, for lack of a better term, just put in the effort into finding one, and I'm sure you could, man. Like, I mean, you know that you have awesome work. You don't, it's not really that. I'm sure you can find something. Yeah. Yeah. I wish I could do that. The only thing is I would need people to like manage the account stuff because I absolutely hate managing that stuff. But yeah, maybe one day I want to open up a studio as well. I'm not sure if I like this green or not. I'm not feeling like it can be strict when working from home. Well, you don't have to be at home, dude. Some places you could even, well, actually, I don't know how it is in Estonia, but some places you could even, like, get a co-working place and work there. Or even a coffee shop. You gotta have coffee shops there. I'm sorry, I'm not very well, or very familiar with Estonia. So I apologize in advance for my lack of knowledge on stuff that I say about that, but yeah, just trying to be helpful. I'm sure you can find something though, man. I think it's just a matter of looking for it. So I feel like this green looks more like a rupee, because that's what the original ones were. No. But yeah, I don't stay home for work every day. I'd go crazy too, to be honest. Yeah, sometimes stuff is not as fun, but I mean, to make a living, man, there isn't. Sometimes you gotta make the sacrifices to be able to pay your bills and stuff. Like, there's a lot of times I do stuff at Satchel that I really, really, really don't like, but, you know, I just gotta do it. Um, so I understand where you're coming from, but I don't know, man. If you really want it, you kind of got to do stuff you don't want sometimes, and maybe in the meantime you could be looking for somewhere else. So I have 15 minutes before I need to head off. I'm actually having a meeting with someone that was in here. I'm not sure if he's still in here. Let's see. Yeah, Aaron's still in here. We're gonna talk about some cool stuff. Yeah. Yeah, it sucks, man. I know. Like, but especially like us being younger, kind of, sometimes you got to make those sacrifices. I mean, I'm kind of in the same boat as you where I really like I need to be liking what I'm doing, But I've really learned to accept that, you know, you got to take the good with the bad. So sometimes you're going to be doing stuff that you really, really like. And then other times you're going to be doing stuff you really, really don't like. But overall, if you're happy, I think that's a good thing. Like I said, I'm not always doing stuff as Satchel that I like. There's a bunch of stuff that I have to do that I really don't like. Like for the past week, I've been doing marketing stuff, and it's been like in design, and I haven't touched any code in it. So it sucks, but I mean, I make a good living from it. I don't have to worry about money. I can pay all my bills. I can buy things that I want to buy and stuff. So I think it's just all about sacrifices, man. Like, I know it sucks, but I really think you should try and find somewhere. And I'm sure there's places that'll accommodate you for what you need, especially since you're super talented. So that's just my 2 cents on it. You can take it how you want, but that's just what I think. So I kind of like this, kind of highlighting the volcano. Could actually maybe even make it face on, and then not as much. I like that. Yeah, man, that's just how it is. I gotta think deeply about it. Yeah, and I mean, if for what it's worth, I mean, I'm down to talk on things and help you out if you need it, or answer any questions you may have. I don't know how much I can offer, but I can give as much as I can. I'm sure other people in here, when you're hanging out on the, well, I know this is your first time, but whenever you hang out on the stream, like there's usually people here talking and pretty experienced in that stuff, or at least have some general knowledge and input they can give to it. So I'm down to help you. You can come in here and talk to us, for what it's worth. But yeah, I wish you best of luck with that stuff, and let me know if you need any help. So I kind of like this with the rupee and then the outline. And then we're using that artwork, so it still kind of comes off as Zelda, but it might not be 100% noticeable at first, which I think is kind of cool. Yeah. Yeah, I'm on the same boat as Vectrix. I think a startup could definitely, I mean, yeah, you have awesome work, and I think a startup would be a good idea. Because I don't, the more and more I work for startups and I work for myself with like quarry stuff, the less I really want to work at a corporate company. I think one day I will. I might work at a bigger company and just to see how it is, for the experience. But more and more I like startups more, and like I don't really take on too much freelance work, so I can be working on my own stuff to hopefully make those like able to sustain myself at some point with those. So I think you should try out startups if you haven't, or at least like full time and stuff. They're pretty cool, at least the one I'm at. I don't want to spend too much time on this, and I gotta go in like 10 minutes. Let's see. Let's reduce this a little bit. Thanks, man. Yeah, I think this is pretty cool. Because the rupee is like a really standard thing in Zelda, obviously. And I think it'll kind of give it off that it's like that theme. I don't know, I really like this. Super simple. I love the colors. I think the green is a little too distracting. Yeah, I don't really like the green. Yeah. Yeah, I agree, Vectrix. I kind of want to work, maybe not at Google or Facebook. Honestly, I don't think I'm good enough, at least for right now. Especially with the crazy stuff that they make you do to get an interview there. But maybe somewhere like medium-sized, or somewhere that's like less sought out. That would be cool. By the way, my first job over here, company that had banners and animations for a porn website. Yeah, that is very awkward. Man, that stuff is like crazy. The stuff that they do for like UI and UX and that stuff. Like I can't imagine telling somebody that I do design in the porn industry. It's like, yeah, have you ever watched any porn? All those like weird banners that you see are stuff that I made. Like I could never imagine myself telling my parents that or my friends that. That's just so weird. So I can understand why you quit. Oh, whoops. I was moving the wrong one. Yeah. Yeah, that's true. You can't put anything in your portfolio. Or else your portfolio would basically be a porn site with all the banners and stuff. And that really doesn't sound like fulfilling work, to be honest. It's just so boring. Like where I just don't see how you can apply much skill to that stuff, to be honest. Yeah, that's another thing, Vetrix, is like being the lead designer on a really small team and like also contributing code and things like that is like something that I'm worried I won't get in a bigger team. But what is really cool, I don't know if you guys have heard of Design Inc., but I was doing some freelance for them. It wasn't design freelance, unfortunately, but I was doing somewhat helping them with building social media stuff since I've grown such a big following on my other stuff, so they wanted some help. And their team is awesome because it's people like Mark Hemion. He worked at Google, YouTube. He's the founder of a bunch of startups and stuff. So it was really cool, like working with him and like having lunch with the dude. And we had like a really nice dinner one night together, just him and I, just talking about design stuff. It was so cool. And then there's another guy, Joel Buchelman. I believe that's how you pronounce his last name. I'm probably wrong. But he used to work at Google and he was there and I like met his dog and hung out with all of them for like a week. So having like a small startup team that's just like really badass like that would be really cool. I think I'm going to leave this like this for now because I need to go, unfortunately. So I'm going to save this. A lot of these are unfinished things. I think these are the finished ones. So I haven't exported the file for this song or anything, but I'm gonna put this in here. But yeah, that was fun being able to do this on stream instead of code. I could have sworn that I was gonna have more stuff to do, and I really was thinking about doing the news part of my site, but now that after thinking about it, it's like that's just another thing to upkeep that not too many people would get value out of. I feel like the rate of change blog kind of takes care of that anyways, so. Yeah, actually, that is a good place for you to start. You should look into Design Inc., man. If you're looking to get some freelance work, it's really cool. They have some awesome stuff there. So I recommend looking into that. You have to pay for credits. It's like $36, I think, for like a certain amount of credits, but it's worth it. There's like an explanation of like when you pay, because you basically, when you meet with a client, usually you pay for coffee and you pay for like an Uber ride or a drive there or whatever. So it's just like a small fee that they take, and it's a way for them to sustain the product and whatnot. But they have some projects there that you like send proposals to, and then they choose people to work with them. I haven't had a chance to use it yet. I really want to take on some freelance stuff. I just don't really have the time. I really need it though. I'm going through some like financial stuff that I want to kind of counteract, but I haven't had the chance just yet. But oh, that's cool. But yeah, I gotta head off. We'll probably stream this weekend. Unfortunately, I won't be able to stream on Tuesday and Wednesday. Maybe not Wednesday. I don't think so. Yeah, I'm getting home late. But I'm traveling. I'm going to Nashville Monday. Well, Sunday night, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So I'll be gone those days and I won't stream. But I'll definitely stream Thursday, and I'll make it up to you guys with like Friday, Saturday, or Sunday stream next week. I might stream over the weekend, maybe not. I'll probably try and get ahead on my website to wrap that up. And then I also might be starting a new project that I might stream here. I'm not too sure what I'm going to do with that yet. But besides that, we'll probably be doing some concept stuff and illustration work. So I'm going to be brainstorming on stuff that we can do, and I'm going to get a good list together for us to have. But yeah, anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the stream. Thanks for coming out. I always appreciate your guys' support. If you guys want to talk to me after the stream or whatever, when I'm not streaming, feel free to reach out to me on Twitter. My messages are always open. So I will catch you guys later. Hope you enjoyed, and peace out.